So for the first time I'm attempting to connect to the database in Mapreduce, right? So let's see how we are going to do that. Couple of things that you need to note. Yeah. Any database, okay? And you need to know this throughout, whether you are using Spark or Hadoop or anything. Any database, if you want to connect from Java, that connectivity is called JDBC, Java Database Connectivity. So if tomorrow you are getting a tool, let's say Talent, and they are telling you to connect to, let's say, a database called Vertica, first question you are going to ask is, give me the JDBC jar file. And in Talent you will add that JDBC jar file, and then you give the URL, port and everything of the database, it will be connected, right? So that is how JDBC works.
Yeah. For every database, they have a own jar file, or for common for all the
Own jar file. Why? Because every database is completely different. But all that jar files from every database implements the JDBC API given by Oracle. So everybody standards the standard rules. So any tool will be able to connect it, right? For JDBC, there will be a URL, there will be a username, there will be a password. And the URL normally will contain something colon the port. Port is the container in which the database will be opening the service. Normally for Oracle, the port is 1521. Usually for MySQL, the port is 3306. For Hive, you will learn that it is 10,000. So different databases has got different ports, and you are going to connect it. So first let us write a very simple Java program to connect to a database. In which database we are going to use? MySQL. Okay. So MySQL is, as Seiko asked, what are we going to do, right? So what we are going to do is, we are going to use the MySQL provided by the virtual machine. So you don't have to install anything. And how are you going to connect to MySQL? Look at this command. This is not JDBC. This is just using MySQL itself. Okay. I am not going to this part now. So there is a MySQL database. So can you tell me, if a database is installed, what are the tools that will come up with that database? If you are familiar with Oracle, SQL Plus is a tool which is coming with Oracle, which can be used for connecting to Oracle and create all your records or your queries, correct? If it is MySQL, command prompt, MySQL Plus, all these things are available. Okay, so I'm going to use the command prompt. And all that you need to do is MySQL, okay, you are going to type MySQL, and then you are going to write -u, and your username is Cloudera, and then -p. -p means that next line it is going to ask you the password. Okay, so remember, just like your virtual machine is having the username and password Cloudera, MySQL also has got Cloudera as the username and password. So you are just opening the command prompt and then typing MySQL -u Cloudera -p. So what will happen? Next, it is immediately going to ask you enter the password, right? And what is the password? Type Cloudera without spelling mistake and press enter. MySQL -u. What is the problem here?
Recording, right?
Yeah, let me check. Is -u. Oh, all right. I know. Okay, sorry. The username is retail_DBA. Not Cloudera, I'm sorry. Retail_DBA is the username, and password is Cloudera. Okay?
That's like Scott Tiger
Correct, absolutely. In Oracle, it is called Tiger for your employee tables. And now you type Cloudera, you must get the shell which is showing that you have successfully logged in. What most people will do, they will try to write this particular command at this shell. Nothing will work, you know. Okay. Shell command is now it will accept only what? SQL, database commands. Sorry? Cloudera is the password. Retail underscore DBA is the username. Okay, look at that command. Minus U retail underscore DBA and the password is Cloudera all lowercase. Alright? And now please look at this. In MySQL, there are different schemas. In Oracle also, there are different schemas, correct? You will be connecting to a particular schemas. So how will you know all the schemas? Let us type a command, show schemas. So you can see the schema name is retail underscore DB. Don't worry about information underscore schema. I will tell you later about that. You will never be using information underscore schema. So what is the database or schema that we are going to use? Retail underscore DB. So you have to shift. Now your MySQL shell is not changed to any schema. So how will you change it? Next command is use retail underscore DB. Look at that command again. It is not retail underscore DBA. Retail underscore DBA was the user ID to connect to MySQL. What is the schema name? Retail underscore DB. Yeah, no A.
But read
Spelling wrong.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So retail underscore DB is the schema that you want to go, and you will see database changed. And remember, you will never ever get any result unless you are doing all these things properly. Okay. First you logged in, you looked at the schemas, you changed the schema. Now you can type the command show tables. Don't type show schemas now. Why? Because you are within a schema. And now if you look at show tables, you will see that the virtual machine is so powerfully created, right? It has got all these tables for you to do the demo. So never ever change these particular tables because we need these tables for a lot of uses in the future.
You created a way and it is default.
It is all default. I am using your system. How can I create? Okay.
We took the patch. No, we copied.
Never we copied anything. Okay. It is not having any relation with the Mapreduce that you have done. Yeah. And I will tell you why MySQL is there. Cloudera's all technologies internally like Sentry, Hive, everything uses that MySQL. Right? That is why they have created. And along with all those things, they have given you some example tables also. And if you look at that, it is the best possible set of tables. Why? There are different orders for different products, and everybody is giving order items, and order items are by customers, and customers has got different categories, and each of these particular orders belonging to departments.
So it's a relational.
It is a relational, beautifully created database. Yeah. Recording. And all these tables are created as a set of tables. So for example, you can easily now think of find all the departments of the products for which the order price is more than 100. That is how you learn. You asked me, right, where are the examples? That is how you will learn. By looking at this, create questions. And if you ever try the Cloudera certification, and you will be getting a set of tables like this, and they will drill into beautiful query that you will need to write. That is testing your SQL knowledge along with what you learned in Mapreduce, right? All right. So you got all these particular tables. Let us look at what is there in the departments. Select star from departments. Okay, and you are getting some data. Normally it will have just 6 rows, and this is that data. Okay, 2 fitness, 3 footwear, 4 apparel, golf, outdoors, fan shop, and there are 2 columns as you can see. One is the department underscore ID and another is department underscore name. These are the 2 columns that are available in the departments table. departments table, right? And you can see it is it is ranging from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then there are different names. Understood? This is Mapreduce, this is MySQL, no relation at all with whatever we have learned in Mapreduce. Correct? It is all by default available when you install Cloudera. Now come to Mapreduce. I want to write a program. From the department ID, I got a $10 order. From the department 2, Ravi ordered $20 item. From department 2, Seiko ordered $50 item. And from department 6, Vara ordered $100 item. And from department 6, let's say Bhaskar ordered $20 item. I want a MapReduce program which tells me 2 is fitness, and from fitness department the total order is 80, and the order 6 is outdoors, and outdoors department the total is 120. That's the program that I want to write. Right? It is a MapReduce program. It is a count program. You are going to count, but you have to convert this number into the corresponding department names by connecting to the database, and then you have to translate it. Clear? That's exactly the code that we are going to write. Now you understand how that MapReduce is used in practice. This is how MapReduce is ETL. If you never understood so far what I am meaning by this particular example. Any ETL framework can be replaced very nicely with MapReduce. If carefully written, and if suppose that is scaled, then the jobs that is taking 3 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours can be reduced into 30 minutes, 40 minutes, like that, just by using MapReduce. So another way of looking at MapReduce is as an ETL framework. That's why there are some tools. Even Talent has got a big data studio. Paxata is another tool. There are some tools available which is allowing you to drag, drop, and create just like how you do in Talent, and then export as a MapReduce job. It will automatically do that MapReduce export. So since you are working on Talent, that is something you can check, that whether your job can be exported into MapReduce in Talent Studio. What you get is all these particular facilities internally by Talent will itself create it. Right? Now, before you start writing any MapReduce program, hope you understood what we are trying to do, correct? Before you are writing any MapReduce program, what you need to do is that you need to write down where you are connecting. So tell me, what is the URL of our database? I told you this should be referred from the JDBC specification of MySQL. JDBC :MySQL / localhost is the name of the machine, localhost. If it is an ideal environment in the company, it will be that machine name in which it is stored, the port is 3306, and now you have to write here what is the schema that you are going to use. I already told you that we are using retail_DB. The username is retail_DBA, and the password is Cloudera, all lowercase, right? And one more thing that is needed, what is the driver name? Okay, JDBC has got a driver. So the best way to know all these things is never ever by heart. Depending upon the database, just open the browser and then type MySQL JDBC example. Some tutorial point or mycong will be there. It will clearly tell you, see, Java point, Java database connectivity with the MySQL, and you will see what all I have written. JDBC : MySQL / localhost. What happened? Let's take this one. Okay, so you can see that it is connecting to com.mysql.jdbc.driver. That is the driver name. And then you will see where it is connecting to the username and the password. You got everything that is needed. So what is the driver name? It is com dot, okay, mysql dot jdbc dot driver. That is the driver name. If it is Oracle, you will write Oracle driver name, Oracle user ID, Oracle password, Oracle URL. Any database in the world should have these four. In Java 1.8, you don't need to write the driver, it will be automatically loaded. But what is our Java version in the virtual machine? It is 1.7. So we need a driver. So far clear? Now we are going to write a small program, a test program, whether I am able to print or not. You asked me how to debug, right? The best way of writing good programs is first make it modular and check whether your logic is working or not. If you are confident that your logic is working, then you can start using it in the program. So let's write it as in a very professional way. Okay. So please look at this. I'm not coming out of this, okay, and I'm just opening another window, okay. I'm going to copy the work directory into a MySQL example. It is not related with Mapreduce. It is just related with writing a code for MySQL. So what I'm going to do is cd passion bytes, where our code is there, and then cp minus r, the work directory, to MySQL example. Okay, please remember that this is not Mapreduce. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a complete change now. Okay, remember that in the MySQL example, this particular build.xml is referring to Mapreduce lib that we have created on the first day, where all jar files of Hadoops are kept. Are we writing a Hadoop program now? No. I told you that we are writing a MySQL example. Okay. So please look what I am going to do. I am going to create a directory mkdir lib within this particular folder. And I am going to change the build.xml that don't go to that Mapreduce lib, because I am not writing a Java program which is related with Hadoop. I am writing a program related with MySQL, so refer this lib directory instead of Mapreduce lib. Okay? You should all be very careful or very clear on what I am doing, because I explained to you everything. Right? And now, so I have created this lib directory, and I know that nothing is there inside this lib directory. Okay, cd lib, and if you look at ls, nothing is there. Okay, I'm going to put something there, don't worry. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that now I am opening that build.xml. Okay, and where is your lib directory? Can you tell me where is your lib directory? If you took out pwd, it is home/cloudera/passionbyte/mysql example/lib. So I'm just copying this. I will add that word /lib later. Right click, and I'm going to copy it. And now what I'm going to do, vi build.xml, my build.xml. Remember, this build.xml you should not use in another programs, because we are changing the build.xml. Whenever you are creating a Mapreduce program, you should use the build.xml from your other valid Hadoop based examples. So I am opening the vi build.xml, and I am going to tell that, oh, this is not correct, because I am not writing a Mapreduce program. So I am changing this, and I am going to paste what I have copied, and I am going to write a /lib, which is my lib directory now. Okay, and now so many people asked me, what is the need of this particular run? I am going to write a program, and the name of the program is going to be com.ravi.mysql client, or client. Okay, remember this program name. And when I run, please refer to mysql.jar. And what is that mysql.jar? mysql.jar is the file that I am going to create. So please go here, and wherever that bhaskar.jar is created, you change this one as mysql.jar. So entirely you changed. What is your direct output file name now? mysql.jar. And what are you going to do using ant? You are going to run a class. You cannot use the ant for running our Hadoop program. Why? Because you have to use Hadoop jar command for your Mapreduce. But here it is Java, simple Java. So I am using that Java command for running. Look at this. It is a Java command for running this particular program. And I am going to use com.ravi.client, and it is mysql.jar, and I don't need this one. File set directory is also, you have to change. And what do you need to change? Where is your file set directory? Paste, and it is the name lib. Right. So you got everything. And there are no arguments I am passing, so I don't need these arguments. Arguments in Java means you want to pass something along with the parameters. You don't need all those things. See? So tell me what will happen when I write ant space run. It will run this particular class. And when it is running the class, it will use mysql.jar and the name of the program called com.ravi.client. Be very important, com.ravi.client. That should exactly match your class name. So build.xml is changed. Now tell me, why did I create the lib directory?
To copy that jar.
Which jar?
MySQL jar.
So you need the JDBC jar file of MySQL. So what is the next step? You open the browser and then please type MySQL JDBC jar download. And this is what I will do for Oracle anything. So MySQL JDBC jar. And press enter. MySQL connectors. And when you click, you will see JDBC driver for MySQL. If you can see this particular screen, please clearly see this. This is exactly JDBC driver for MySQL. No doubt, correct? So I am going to click on download. Select the operating system. Oh, what Linux it is? I think it is Red Hat. Is something else is coming? No. I think they changed it. So you have to use something. So Red Hat Enterprise, is it an RPA? No, I don't want an RPM package because it will be installed. Okay, MySQL jar file. What I want is just the jar file. Okay. So I'll go back and let me see whether anything is there. Download connector J. Okay, download connector J is there. MySQL installer. Okay, platform independent. Yeah, that's what you have to select. Platform independent is what you need to select. MySQL installer. But this is for Windows. This is platform independent. It is a zip archive. Let me try this download. Okay, it should be a jar file. Okay, no thanks. Just start my download. Okay, MySQL connector Java 5.1.4.08. Okay, click OK, save it. Save the file, and I saved it. Okay, so please look at this. I have saved that file, and now I am coming to the command prompt. And what I am going to do is, where did it be saved? It will be saved into download. So I am going to the downloads directory, and if you look at ls, that is there. Okay, unzip in the downloads only. Unzip because it's a zip file, and now clear ls. There is a directory created, cd ls. That's it. MySQL connector. There are two jar files. Always, as a good practice, copy the jar files into your lib that you created. Okay, so where is it? This is in which directory? In this particular directory, and I have to copy all the jar files, right? Don't forget the slash. And I'm going to right click, copy, and what I'm going to do is I will go back to my directory, cd passion bytes, cd mysql example, cd lib clear ls, and I'm going to write cp, whatever I copied, paste, slash star.jar. What does it mean? All the jar files to current directory dot. And now if you look at ls, you got both jar files. And your build.xml is pointing to these jar files. You understand? Unnecessarily, otherwise you will be copying it to Mapreduce lib. You can copy to Mapreduce lib, no need to change your build.xml, but that's a very bad practice. Why? Mapreduce lib is belonging to Hadoop, right? Tomorrow a new version of Hadoop can come, correct? So it is not good, and admins will not allow you to change that particular lib directory. You should create your own. Created everything. Now, clear? ls. What is the next step? rm minus rf. I am deleting all these unnecessary directories. Temp star, attic, classes, dist, everything. And I don't want rm minus rf October 05. This is not this thing. Clear. Make sure that you have an extra directory now called lib, because we created it. Earlier we never had a lib. Why? It was referring to that Mapreduce lib. All clear. Now cdsrc ls, cdcom ls. Remember, my name of the program is com.ravi.client. So move Bhaskar to Ravi. cd Ravi ls. I don't need all these things. rm minus rf star. And I want to write a program called vi client.java. Why? Client is the name of the program that we have given. And the first line is going to be package com dot Ravi. And then you have to import all that is needed for your JDBC. Import java.sql.star. And then public. Anything should start with what? Public class. What is the name of the class? Client. And inside the client, public, static, void, main, string. I told you this, you have to by heart. Argus, throws, exception. Just by heart this. Any Java program will have this, right? Where is this in your Mapreduce program? In the driver. Come on, what do we need to do? Class dot for name. That is the reason why I wrote all these things. Com dot mysql dot, what is the name of the driver? JDBC dot driver. Remember, this will be instantiated only if program is finding the corresponding class. And where is the corresponding class? In the jar file. And where are the jar files? In the lib. And how the lib is referenced? In build.xml. Clear? It's a flow. Alright. So you got the driver. What is the next thing that you need to do? What, Devraj? Connection cn equal to driver manager dot get connection and give the URL, user ID and password. What is the URL? JDBC colon mysql localhost colon 3306 slash retail underscore db, which is the database name. And then the username is retail underscore dba. And the password is Cloudera. Don't give white space or anything unnecessary. And put semicolon. Statement st equal to connection dot create statement. You are creating a statement class for writing your query. Sorry. Cn dot create statement. single word, no space in Java functions, right? If you put space, it will consider it as another word. And then result set st rs equal to statement dot execute query select star from departments. We will write a loop for getting all the elements while rs.next, remember string tokenizer, st.next token, all same. While rs.next, you want to print the values, correct? System.out.println in bracket. First I will print rs.get int. Why int? Department ID, first column is integer plus, just put a colon like this, and plus rs.get string in bracket 2. What is 2? Second column. What is 1? First column. This is the only place in Java where everything else starts with index 0, but result set starts with index 1. And then put semicolon. And if you want to make it a little bit more clear, you can write following are the department ID system.out.println. See that line I am writing outside the loop. Why? Because I don't want it to be repeated. So system.out.println department underscore ID, and you can just put a colon, and then you can write department name, correct? So underscore name. And just give some space here as well. All right. One very important thing the people do not do, but never ever forget this one. You must close your connection at the end. If you don't close the connection, that is where all your problems and uncertainty are working. Right? Okay. So, escape. And now what we need to do? Go to your directory where you started the code and try debugging now. Look for errors. I'm not writing and run. First and compile it. There is a problem. Source, a spelling mistake. vi source main source com ravi client.java, and inside the client.java change that particular error. Okay, English errors very clear. See, it is, you can just see. This many people are sitting, you are not telling me. Okay, clear. And now again and good. And now what do you need to do? No Hadoop jar, nothing. What do you need to do? And that's the advantage of and. Now you understood what is and. You asked me now, first day, what is that run? Error. What is error? Just go there.
No, it says build success.
Wait, communication link failure. Look at that. Communication link failure. Sun.reflect, com.mysql, connection, mysql init, all these things, there are errors. Okay, let us look at our program. Yeah, this is called runtime error. You cannot debug this. No way. So go to the client.java. Huh? Anybody? What port? You are in front of you. I am writing the localhost. I wrote. It should be localhost. Communication error. That should give you the link. What is communication error? It is not reaching the server. So what can be the only probability why it cannot reach the server? You wrote the server name wrong. And now I am writing and run. What will happen if I write and run? It will compile, create the new jar file, and will run my client program. That is the beauty of AND. So the program is working. We got the logic. Now tell me what we want. We are going to pass.
Group by you to use.
No. It is not SQL. Mapreduce. Group by is done by the reducer for you. This one you have to pass,
And get this value.
get this value. Okay. Can we change that particular code so that it is written as a function which takes a parameter this and returns? All right. Okay, go back. How will you do that? Because I am going to reuse that function in my MyProduce program. You understand the way where I am going? And that is how you should write programs, projects, everything. Modular, build from scratch, small program, big program, writing it, write as a function. Now, you come to your final task, use that function because you already tested this. All right, so vi source main, source com, source main comes because I always work on Maven. In Maven it will be source / main / Scala or Java. So com Ravi and client.java, and inside this I want to write a function. Now it is little bit Java knowledge is needed, surely, definitely. Okay, but just wait, I am going to show you everything. First, I am going to write public static void main string argus throws exception as a separate function. And this function I am going to change. Public static string. Why string? It is returning the department name. And the name of the function get dept name is the name of the function. I am going to pass yes int dept id. It is int data type. Clear? Now what I am going to do, instead of writing this result set select star from departments where department, select not star, select department underscore name from departments where department underscore id is equal to dept id that you passed as a parameter. Look at that parameter that you passed.
In MySQL, we no need to mention the schema name in front of the table, right?
My dear friend, what is this?
In connector, we have. Okay.
Yeah.
If I have a multiple schemas.
There you will, in the connector you will change. Whichever schema. You cannot connect to multiple schemas at the same time.
Yeah,
In Talent, how will you do it?
No. We used to do that because in the same DB2, we have multiple schemas, different tables. We will join.
Then the URL will be different. DB2 URL will be different.
No, he's saying for every time we need to change the schema name in that connector. Every time we make a connection. Or something.
Otherwise, use the Java API connection.set schema.
So how about to have
Connection.set schema. Change the schema dynamically.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But don't consider Oracle with MySQL with the
I
DB2.
understand. That's
Because
why I'm
the
asking, trying to understand how we can
concept
do
of
that. Yeah.
catalog schemas are different for different databases. What is schema in Oracle? It is a user. What is schema in MySQL? It is not the user. You understand the difference? So you have to
URL is
do
different.
it.
URL is different.
Correct.
No, URL is different, but the only thing is every time we need to make a new connection to the new schema, we have to change the URL.
What is meant by every time you want to make to new connection? Tell me an example.
No, what every
Please
time
don't
is
tell.
every
Tell
time
me.
is like, think about the database has multiple schemas, right?
Okay, a database has got a multiple. Let us take MySQL example.
Yeah.
So I have got I have got sales, I have got marketing, and I have got retail. There are three schemas. Now tell me, what is your program?
So he has not yet decided which schema he wants to.
How can he write a program?
It's not like that.
How can he write a program without
No.
writing the schema?
Ravi, I have a table in sales schema, one table.
Okay.
Assume that is a sales whatever.
Okay.
And I have another in the marketing. So I will link with these two tables. The marketing and sales thing.
Very good.
So
Okay.
far-
You want to join multiple tables from multiple schemas.
Correct.
Correct?
Correct.
Right. What you will do in that case is you will have a DBA ID who has access to all the schemas,
Correct.
and then you are going to write select star from sales.db comma marketing.xyz, where you can give an alias name, and then you will join the values. So that is controlled by whether that user has got access to all the schemas. If you want to see that, let me show you. These are all database questions basically, right? Exit and clear. What I am going to do, I am going to use a different ID and password, not retail underscore DBA. Don't use this one,
No.
okay? Please listen, please listen, please give me some time. And I am going to log in it, okay? And now I am going to write. What did you see now?
We have multiple.
But okay, last time when I logged in, what did you see?
Only one.
And now can I join mysql.abc with now.abc with uzi.xyz?
Yeah.
That answers your question. It is decided by.
But in the driver, in the path, right, when you mention
You are-
that
You won't write that.
Yeah. Okay.
You won't write the schema,
Okay.
right? So you will be writing, and even if you write the schema, no problem. Okay, it will connect to that particular schema, but since your user ID and password has got all the access, when you write sales dot, what it will do? It will bring that data. Okay, please don't use that ID. I just showed you the difference. Okay, if you use that ID, then you may wrongly change it, and then that will cause problem. So you are clear now, right? So. And in that is the advantage of having the DBA and grant privilege. Why the grant privilege command in SQL? That is the only reason. Okay, you can give to grant Scott dot all tables privilege, grant Bhaskar dot all tables privilege, so that that particular user ID can access Scott tables, and that's one.
We know that, but only my concern is here. Yeah.
Like join, how can we join?
So are you clear?
Yeah.
Right? So okay, so you got that get string and all these things, and then while department ID. Okay, now I don't want this this one. This already I tested, right? While rs dot next, what I need to do? I know that it is only one row. So what I need to do here?
Your sum, you have to do the sum of the.
Why you're not writing Mapreduce?
We have to get out.
You have to get out. So how will you get out? What is the statement?
Exit.
Right.
No.
Return
Yeah.
rs dot.
Department name.
No. Get string of 1. Can you tell me why I am writing 1? Because I am selecting how many columns?
One.
Only one column. So just return that. Okay. This will give an error. Why? Because if it is coming out and there is nothing available, then what will happen? So you have to write a return null at the end. Alright? So this particular method is now going to give me only the department name if I pass the department ID, correct? So let us test it. How will you test it? Get department name of, let's say, 2, and let's print it. Print line, value, department name of 2. So you are printing that particular value, and then let's see. Okay.
But you give one in the return string, right?
Array. That I leave it to you to find it out. And run. There are errors. Connection close. See, missing the return statement. That's exactly what I told you. So vi client.java. A return in any program, any function, okay, especially in Java and all, should be the Let's compile. What did you get? Value is fitness. And if suppose you are taking the program again, and if you pass this particular value instead of this one, let us let us give 6. Right. So our program is working and we have got a function now. What is the name of the function? Get department name. And which class it is belonging to? Client. So client dot get department name. If I call, work is done. Can you do that? String tokenizer you are getting, and after that you got that particular number, and then you call that client dot get department name and then pass it to reducer. Will you be able to do? Do you understand what I said? No problem. I'll do that. You take another example and try to do that. Okay. So what we are going to do, we have a class now which is client.java, and that client.java is using client.java is using mysql lib jar file. I don't want to change that Mapreduce lib.
We can
Okay.
include this library in that.
Listen, correct, you're right. Clear? Now what we are going to do, I'm going back to the work directory. Work directory is our Mapreduce program, right? cp -r work to database mr. Okay, database Mapreduce. cd database mr. rm -rf classes dist temp attic. rm -rf October. Any lib needed here? No.
Import the class name.
No, in build XML.
But in the build.xml,
No, I'm talking.
Oh, okay.
this
So-
build.xml is Mapreduce build.xml. Please think. Do we need a lib? No. Okay, we are going to face a problem now. Okay, you told you will import, but that class is depending upon what? MySQL jar file, right? So what? Now what you will do? All right. So let's see. Some challenges are there. So cdsrc ls cdcom ls cd Bhaskar. First of all, my name of the program is Ravi. So what I am going to do? mkdir Ravi. Look, now Bhaskar is there, Ravi is there. cd Ravi. cp passion bytes mysql example source com Ravi client.java to here. Client.java came here. Okay. So in my program now I can refer com.ravi.client. Understand how you link?
You copy from there again.
Yeah, but package name.
Package.
So now we have two packages. One is Bhaskar package. This is what you will do in enterprise. That com.ravi might be written by one department. You want to reuse. That's what the whole function of enterprise architecture is. Reusability. People don't do it, that's different.
But we need to bring the entire package.
No,
together.
actually
That's
no.
what you did.
Actually no. In the ideal case, that will be a jar file. And you will import that jar file in the professional world. But for us, it's okay. Alright, so we have got Bhaskar and Ravi. Now I am going to go to Bhaskar. I don't want the vowel partitioner. We already created a copy of this, correct? Yes or no? vi word count.java. No change. Let us don't change the name of the program. You know already how to change the program. Okay, I'll call it as word count. And I don't need a partitioner because I removed that oval partitioner just now. So in the below, you know that we have set the partitioner, right? Escape dd. And I don't need set number of reduced task households too. The normal code. Okay. Okay, what is your input? This and this. So how many tokens? 2 tokens, correct? So what I'm going to do, I don't want this counter also. And I can remove that counter example where you are incrementing the counter. That line I am deleting. Oh. Right. So the first token is what? DEPT ID. And the second token? So let's copy this. And the trim is very important. And we will call it as what is that? Count of no order count, right? The number of orders from each department. And I don't need this debug line. Word.set. You cannot set department ID. What do we need to do before you are setting? Come on. What do you need to do? String DPT name equal to client dot get department name, and the value to be passed is integer. What is the integer value? Because the department ID you are reading a string. That's the magic. And now you got 2 lines. And what the people do, you know, they won't write that client program. I will mess up complete thing inside. Don't know what is happening, where it is happening. Debug, error. Where are sitting Saturday morning? Right. So now you use the client. So very important thing. Which package are you in? In Bhaskar. So what you need to do? Count.ravi dot star or client. You understand now what is packaging? Otherwise, what you will get? Client class not found. All okay? Okay, exception. Because that function is throwing exception. So what do we need to do? Source, com, Bhaskar. There are 2 ways to solve this. In the client.java, you can write a try and catch. That is one method. Otherwise, you can go to the word count.java and write a try and catch. It is throwing exception already. Oh, it is throwing IO exception. Okay, so what we need to do here? I will put this block completely. Try. Catch. Exception e dot print stack trace. Just print the exception. That is the meaning of that line. Okay, you can write e dot message or whatever you want just to get that particular exception. Okay, let's try now. I'll tell you. If Ravi has written a client program which is throwing exception, and you want to use in Bhaskar's program which is not throwing exception, so what you need to do? You will write that particular block in a try catch statement, so that if that method is throwing the exception, catch it. That's the meaning. Okay, so my method client can throw JDBC exception, right? So in this particular program, Mapreduce program, they don't know what is JDBC exception, correct? So we are putting the try and catch. All right. Oh, sorry. Let's see whether we are facing any problem or not. Let's create the input file first. VI. What is that? Yeah, input.txt, and in that input.txt, let us write 6, 20, and 2, 10, 2, 10, and what is that? 2, 20, okay? 250, 600. Let's put some more values, 7, 5, and 7, 10. All right? Hadoop fs minus mkdir oct06. We are creating a directory called October 6. Hadoop fs minus put input.txt to October 6. Hadoop jar Bhaskar.jar. What is the name of the program? com.ravi or com.bhaskar? It is com.bhaskar because your main program is com.bhaskar. Word count, and the name of the input directory oct6, and the output oct6 out. Fantastic. Clear? Hadoop fs minus ls minus cat October 6 out slash what happened? What is the output directory name we have created? Yeah, October 6 out, right? Hadoop fs minus ls oct 6 out. It's 0 bytes. Didn't write. What could have happened? What is the application ID? No, you cannot do anything unless you debug it. So that is where. So I am going to copy that application ID. Copy. Yarn logs minus application ID paste. That's exactly what I wanted to show you, the purpose of this. Mr. Devraj, I told you, you imported client is having a dependency on, and that driver is in my lib, and I told you I cannot copy it. The problem will be immediately solved if I copy that mysql jar file into Mapreduce lib. I don't want to do that.
We can find that lib in build.
When?
No, two here.
Build.xml is only for compiling. When you run the code, it is going to thousands of machines.
That is pointing to
Master.lib.
Now, did you understand the purpose of the logs? Otherwise, you can't find the error.
learning.
Yes.
Now you have to
Look at
you
what
have to class path you have to change in one this.
look at what I'm doing. Export. What is export? It's creating a variable. Okay. Call it as Ravi equal to. Okay, first let me take the path. What is the path for our this thing? CD our jar files which are there. CD home slash Cloudera slash passion bytes slash Mapreduce sorry mysql example slash lib, right? This is the place where you have the jar file, correct? Yes or no? These are the two files, right? So I am keeping that because I want to copy it. So this is the directory name. Copy. And what I am going to do is export Ravi equal to, I am going to create Ravi equal to this jar file. I think only one jar file is needed. Let's check. Copy. Okay, I created a variable. Nothing on Mapreduce. Unix command. Okay. Now I am going to run the Mapreduce program. By adding a word libjar, and I am giving Ravi. Remember what is the word that I used? Lowercase 1 minus symbol. Let's try now. And obviously I have to change the output directory because it is already existing. The position. Is it minus? 1 minute, let me try. I think it's a position of where you should be writing it. Hadoop jar, com.word count. Is it after this minus libjar Ravi? I don't think so. No. It will not come there. Hadoop jar jar. We tried here, correct?
Yes.
After this, okay. Hadoop minus libjar Ravi.
After Ravi, there is one jar.
Give me a minute. Let me check. I'll tell you. SMB. Let's check. Concepts. 3. Concepts. The word is libjars. I actually told correctly, but that is the problem. So libjars is the option. So it's libjars. It's not libjar. Okay. So remove that and give after this one minus libjars. And one more thing, just noticed. Whenever you are referring to the variable, you have to put what? $Ravi. That is how you will refer a variable. Not existing. What is a spelling mistake? Is it correct, right?
Home reference.
Export
Parts.
cd /home /cloudera /passion bytes what is that, mysql example /lib okay, and what is the file that we used?
Yeah, you have used it inside that name and then you have to.
Wait, what did I use? What is the problem? This is what I used, right? What is the last command?
Export. Yeah, you have given
What?
inside lib that folder, right? So that folder is inside lib. You have to give the jar.
All right, yeah, that's correct, absolutely, thank you. So here it is directly the jar file. See, file not found, right?
Double types.
So I export that variable and now run that particular code by giving minus libjars $ravi and let us give output 2. While it is running, can you now tell me what is libjars doing? Why they have invented a special word? Why jar will not work? Look, I am Ravi. I am running a computer program, okay, Mapreduce program, and I am submitting it into the application manager, resource manager. Resource manager is deploying that code in 1000 machines. So that 1000 machines do not know that they need this MySQL jar file, correct? So when you say libjars, what is happening is, along with your program, this jar file is also going to every machine. So now, when Bhaskar is doing the MapReduce, assume that only these 2 rows are coming to Bhaskar, you will be able to connect. When it is Ravi, you will be able to connect. If you don't give libjars, that jar file will not come to you. Clear? Hadoop fs minus ls. What is that? October 6 out 2, right? Anything you can do now. So see the way in which we have done. This is how you should do it. A little bit of more optimization is there, but for your level that's not needed. For example, connection pool, I told you, all those things that we can do, right? But this is more than sufficient. If you want to make it a little bit more efficient, you can do one more thing. We wrote that code in Mapper, and that's what I want you to do as an exercise. When you do, don't do it in the Mapper, because in the Mapper, whenever 2 is coming, it will make a connection. Whenever 2 is coming, it is making a connection. If you are doing it in the reducer, then it will make a connection only once. Now you are understanding? That is how you will make your code performance optimized.
So in this process, every time we have to declare a variable and we have to store that and we have to run that Ravi jar file. We have to input every time.
Every time you will create it. Normally, what you will do, you will write a script.
File.
You will write a sh file, and in that sh you will write that export file. Okay. So remember the libjars and all. Right.